Thanks for being here on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. We try to go to a lot of different places to educate you about things that are going on in your neighborhood. Well, since I'm a city boy, what could I tell you about extension services? Probably zip. Well, so that's why we are here today. Look where we are. We're at the University of Maryland Extension, Harford County. We're going to learn all about their services today. I'm Ken Kiedrowski, and you are on location. Well, this is indeed On Location, and I'm Ken Kiedrowski, and I'm very glad you're with me here today. We're always trying to find someplace interesting to be, and we're here at the Harford County University of Maryland Extension offices on famous Route 1 in downtown Street, Maryland. And with me right here is Joyce Browning. Joyce, thanks for inviting me to be with you here today. It's a beautiful place that we're at. It's called the Grove. This is a treat. It's almost like I'm in the rocking chair. I almost expect we're going to go and eat in Cracker Barrel in a minute. So how's it going today?
Good. It's nice and cool here. A little breeze on the Grove patio.
So now I'm glad that you're wearing your name tag, because as Ryan knows, I need all the help I can get doing this show. And it says that you're from the University of Maryland Extension, and I know that you're a master gardener. So why don't we just start out with that? First of all, what does a master gardener do for Extension?
Master gardeners are volunteers in behalf of the University of Maryland.
But you're not a volunteer. You work for the Extension.
So yeah, I am employed as the horticulturist on staff, and I oversee about 125 master gardeners here in our county. These programs are present in all the counties in Maryland. So it's across the board, even across the United States. So if anybody's interested in gardening, they can always find a master gardener program to be a part of, and they serve in behalf of the University of Maryland. They go out and answer gardening questions. They assist people with sustainable practices in their own gardens. It's an awesome volunteer program.
I'll give the people an idea of how long it takes to put one of these shows on the air. I think the first time I tried to get a hold of you or talk to you, whether it was by email, text, or phone, was maybe end of January or February. And then something called the coronavirus got in the way. And then we had to forget about that for a while. And now we're back doing the shows, and I'm talking to you. So the virus, how has it affected your gardening practices?
Well, the virus doesn't affect all the gardens. They still grow. And the farmer, he still has crops to harvest. So there's still always work to be done in the field of agriculture. It has changed a lot about how our office itself functions, and reaching us and contacting us. A lot of our work is teleworking.
Well, I was kind of wondering if there's been an extra interest in home gardening since this has happened.
Big uptick.
Big uptick.
Big uptick. A lot more people out in their yards gardening, people weeding things that they've never weeded before, and a lot of curiosity. What kind of weed is this? How can I keep my tomatoes growing? They're trying all kinds of new things, so lots of questions.
You get people calling you trying to describe a bug to you?
All the time.
Yeah.
Bugs.
Yeah.
I get texts of different pictures of,
yeah,
what's this weed in my lawn?
What's this weed?
Is this good or bad? Or is this an invasive? Do I need to control this? So lots of questions like that.
Yeah, there's this one weed in my front garden. I mean, it wraps around everything. It just... and I have to pull it out all the time.
We can talk about that. It's
we'll
probably
talk about
hedge bindweed.
We'll talk about it later. All right. So, hey, weed, I'm coming to get you after this show. I'm coming to get you. All right. So now you're a master gardener, or you're the head horticulturist, or maybe I gave you a promotion. I don't know. But anyway, what other divisions, what other groups of people are there who can help the public with So if I call, what are all the things I can ask Extension about?
That's a good question, because we actually offer 5 different free services.
5
to mostly to Harford County citizens. So anybody who knows anything about Extension, it was birthed on agriculture. So we serve the farmers, giving wise advice on how to cultivate their crops, how to do pest controls. We do recommendations on how they can apply their manures. It's called nutrient management. So recommendations on how they can do that.
Yeah.
And then back in the old days, they figured out, sometimes the farmers aren't easily reached because they don't travel to the university to get their research information. How can we get information dispensed to them? And they said, 4-H, we'll use the youth. And so 4-H was birthed through farming and teaching kids how to grow crops. Nowadays, that's changed a lot because 4-H is not necessarily agriculturally focused. It's gardening. It can be anything. It can be photography. So it's really broadened its outreach to youth in the United States. So we have ag, and then we have the youth, and then we also have food and consumer science, where we teach people how to eat properly. I get a chuckle out of one of our food science girls. She always says, "Don't wash your chicken before you cook it." And so they teach basic principles of good food safety. Yeah, you're not supposed to wash your poultry before you eat it. Once you take it out of the bag, you're supposed to put it in your browning bag or in your roaster. Don't wash it because of the risk of infecting it with particular bacteria that might be in your own kitchen. So yeah, those are the kind of things they teach. There's all kinds of courses that they offer. Right now, they're mostly online.
Well, call me stunned because my darling wife, before she passed away, every time she would be doing poultry, it was, "Ken, you've got to rinse this off, but you can't let it splatter. You can't let the possible things splatter around. You have to be very careful, but you have to wash it off before you do anything else." So now I don't have to wash it off anymore.
I'm not qualified to answer those questions, actually, because I'm the horticulturist.
This is critical now.
But yes, our food consumer science, Dr. Shauna, teaches us you're not to be washing those items. So you need to check our website. And
see, because I'm originally from Buffalo, New York, and Buffalo, New York is famous for chicken wings. And this is important for my chicken wing intake. This is important. This is critical.
Do we have some here today? So
I wish we did. I wish we did, because there's nothing like, I love it every once in a while. This is way off topic here, but every once in a while I'm talking to somebody about chicken wings and buffalo chicken wings, and I said, you know where they originated? And I said, why do you think you call them buffalo chicken wings?
Right, okay.
I mean, buffaloes don't fly. But anyway, back to the point. So there's a world of things that people can call extension about.
Yep. So it's food consumer. The only other one we do is SNAP. It's also a supplement, folks and families that are on supplemental income, and we go into schools and things and teach them how to eat properly and inspire kids to eat well. And families. I mean, our food consumer science girl teaches a lot of classes at senior centers and places, a lot of online courses on herbs and consumption of herbs, and just health and well-being. So all of those are free services offered by the University of Maryland Extension. So many people don't know about us. We're like this hidden organization.
Well, I'll be honest, and I already made mention of the fact that I'm originally from Buffalo, New York, so I'm a city boy. And when I was growing up, extension wasn't a part of my life, and 4-H wasn't part of my life. So when I usually think of extension, I think of 4-H, I think of agriculture, I think of things like that. And
well, it's a best kept secret. So we're here to help you.
Maybe a few more people will get to know exactly what you guys offer here.
Yeah, we got a website, so you can always consult our Harford County.
So what can they all find on the website?
So all of those 5 departments have little sections on our website, so you can find and contact information on those, how to reach out.
But there's publications that are offered, and there are courses that are offered.
Yes, lots of online classes. Yep, lots of different online things. We've had to change a lot of our programming to be online now. So certainly a lot of webinars that are offered there. So it's worth going and just checking the different sections, food consumer science and SNAP, and then the home horticulture would be my tab, and the 4-H tab if you're looking for a youth organization for your kids to be involved in. So yeah, it's all there on the website.
Okay, all right. Now, we're here on US 1 in Street. If somebody comes by, can they meet directly with different experts, or is it better that they just call or go online first?
Yeah, in light of the situation right now, for safety reasons, they ought to call first. But yeah, if they have plant problems and all, they can drop them off, and we'll come out to the car and meet them. And we just got a spider delivered yesterday. The family were
You had a spider delivered?
Yep, specially wrapped, and they were just concerned that it might be a poisonous spider. Now, I'm not an entomologist, but I do look at spiders, and in home, there's often a lot of pests that we get in our kitchens that people are concerned about, like the Indian flower meal moth that flies around your kitchen and you're kind of bobbing at them. So those are concerns for people in their homes, or maybe you have a bug that's come underneath your screen or your doorway and you're like, what kind of bug is that? And they'll want to know what it is, so I'll help them. So we do provide those kind of services, but they ought to call first.
Okay, now you have offices, well, of course, not only in Harford County, but in all the Maryland counties.
Yeah.
That you have representation everywhere.
Yeah, all 23 counties and in Baltimore City. So if anybody has any of these questions and they live in a different county, even in Pennsylvania, in the York County, they have very active Master Gardener programs and horticulturists on staff to help with these same kind of questions, and food consumer science, all these same programs, because this was established through the land-grant university in 1861, I think it was, that land-grant universities were established, and this extension program was an outreach and an effort for universities to get the information out. That's what the word extension comes from. Right. It's an extension of the universities. I'm
glad you mentioned Pennsylvania, because besides Harford County, Cecil County in Maryland, the show is also seen in York County and Chester County, Pennsylvania, on cable. And of course on YouTube. We could literally be seen anywhere all across the United States or the world. In the world, for that matter. Joyce Browning, thank you so much. I told you this would go fast, and it did. Thank you for your time, and thank you for all this information. And I hope that people take advantage of calling Harford County Extension and talking to Joyce or one of her cohorts here, and find out about that interesting looking bug that's driving you crazy in your garden. And stay tuned. We'll be right back, and we'll sum everything up right here on Location. Okay, boys and girls, what did we learn today about the University of Maryland Extension, Harford County? Well, we've learned so much. In fact, I've learned too much. Joyce did such a nice job of explaining everything that I'd be doing her and the University of Maryland Extension a disservice by trying to list everything right now. So my best advice to you, here's my best advice to you. Right here, the website. Go to the website and see everything that the website has to offer. You'll be amazed. You truly will. I'm a city boy. I'm amazed about everything. You know, now I can find out about that weed that's choking my plants in the front of the house. I can find about the nasty bugs, all these things, and much, much more. You'd be surprised. You'd be amazed. And listen, most importantly, I want to thank you for the time that you've spent with me here today on the show. I'm Ken Kidrowski, and you have been on location.